Imagine for a moment that your entire financial future hangs in the balance of a single decision you're about to make in the next 17 minutes. What if I told you that 95% of people are trapped in a financial prison they don't even know exists, while only 5% have discovered the secret escape route that leads to true wealth and freedom? The choice you make today could determine whether you spend the rest of your life struggling, paycheck to paycheck, or whether you join the elite few who have cracked the code to financial independence. But here's the terrifying truth. Most people will watch this entire presentation and still choose the path that leads to financial mediocrity. The question is, will you be one of them, or will you be different? This is lasting wealth, and what we're about to reveal to you is based on Robert Kiyosaki's groundbreaking discovery that has transformed millions of lives around the world. But before we dive into this life-altering information, I need you to do something right now. Look around you. Look at your current financial situation. Are you truly happy with where you are? Because in the next few minutes, you're going to discover exactly which financial quadrant you're trapped in, and more importantly, how to escape to the quadrant where true wealth is created. Comment below right now with the word "ready" if you're prepared to face the brutal truth about your financial reality. Here's what's shocking. There are only 4 ways to generate income in this world. Just 4. And right now, as you're watching this, you're sitting in one of these 4 quadrants, probably without even realizing it. These 4 quadrants determine everything. How much money you'll make, how much time you'll have, whether you'll retire wealthy or broke, and whether you'll pass on wealth or debt to your children. The quadrant you choose today will echo through generations of your family. So pay attention, because your future self is counting on the decisions you make in the next 16 minutes. Robert Kiyosaki calls this the Cashflow Quadrant, and it looks like this. On the left side, we have the E and S quadrants. This is where 95% of the population lives, works, and dies financially. On the right side, we have the B and I quadrants. This is where the wealthy 5% operate. But here's the terrifying part. Most people don't even know these quadrants exist, which means they're making financial decisions blind, stumbling through life, hoping things will somehow work out. Are you one of them? Let me start with the E quadrant, the employee quadrant. If you're in this quadrant, you're trading your time for money, working for someone else's dream while your own dreams slowly die. You wake up to an alarm clock, commute to a job you may or may not love, and spend the best hours of your day making someone else rich. You live for weekends and dread Mondays. You get excited about a 3% raise while inflation steals 7% of your purchasing power. You're told to be grateful for 2 weeks of vacation while your boss takes months off. And here's the most frightening part. In the E quadrant, when you stop working, the money stops flowing. One illness, one layoff, one economic downturn, and your entire financial world can collapse overnight. If this sounds like you, type E in the comments right now. But maybe you think you've escaped the E quadrant by becoming self-employed. Welcome to the S quadrant, the self-employed or small business owner quadrant. You own a job, but the job owns you. You work longer hours than any employee, take fewer vacations, and carry all the stress of the business on your shoulders. Yes, you have more control, but you've also become the most important employee in your own business. If you don't show up, the business doesn't run. You can't get sick, you can't take extended time off, and you certainly can't retire unless you sell your business. In the S quadrant, you don't own a business. You own a job with more responsibilities and stress. The cruel irony is that many S quadrant people work harder and longer than E quadrant people, but often make the same or even less money when you calculate their hourly wage. Are you trapped in the S quadrant? Let me know in the comments. Here's what's absolutely critical to understand. Both the E and S quadrants are traps. They're financial prisons disguised as respectability. Society tells you to get good grades, find a secure job, or start a small business. But what they don't tell you is that these paths lead to a lifetime of financial struggle. In both quadrants, you're limited by time. There are only 24 hours in a day, and you can only work so many of them. This creates what I call the time-money prison. Your income is directly tied to your physical presence and effort. Miss work, make less money. Get sick, make no money. Retire, and you're dependent on whatever scraps you manage to save. But what if I told you there's a way out? The right side of the quadrant is where everything changes. This is where the wealthy operate, where money works for you instead of you working for money. The B quadrant is where you own a business system that runs without you. Not a job disguised as a business, but a real business with systems, processes, and other people doing the work. In the B quadrant, you could disappear for 6 months and come back to find your business more profitable than when you left. This is where entrepreneurs like McDonald's founder Ray Kroc operated. He didn't flip burgers, he created a system that flips burgers and generates billions. The B quadrant is about leverage. Leveraging other people's time, other people's money, and other people's efforts to create wealth. But even the B quadrant pales in comparison to the I quadrant, the investor quadrant. This is where your money makes money while you sleep. This is where compound interest works its magic, where assets generate passive income, where wealth multiplies exponentially. In the first quadrant, you could be on a beach in Bali or sleeping in your bed at 3 a.m., and money is flowing into your accounts. This is the quadrant where true financial freedom exists. Warren Buffett doesn't work harder than a construction worker, but he makes millions per hour because he operates in the I quadrant. The question is, why aren't you there yet? Here's the brutal truth that most financial advisors won't tell you. The path from the left side to the right side of the quadrant isn't easy, and it's definitely not quick. It requires a fundamental shift in mindset, skills, and daily habits. Most people fail because they try to jump directly from E to I, skipping the crucial learning phase. They throw money at investments they don't understand, in businesses they can't evaluate, and wonder why they lose everything. The wealthy understand that moving to the right side is a journey that requires education, patience, and the right guidance. But here's what's even more shocking. Most people will never even attempt this journey. They'll watch this video, nod their heads, maybe even get excited, but then they'll go back to their E or S quadrant lives and nothing will change. They'll make excuses about why they can't start, why it's too risky, why they don't have enough money or time. Meanwhile, others who watch this same video will take action and begin their journey to financial freedom. The question that will determine your entire financial future is this: which group will you be in? Right now, I want you to make a commitment. In the comments below, tell me which quadrant you're currently in and which quadrant you want to move to. Don't just watch passively, engage with this information. Your level of engagement right now is a direct predictor of your likelihood of success. Are you willing to be honest about where you are and committed about where you want to go? Now let me share something that might surprise you. The skills that make you successful in the E and S quadrants are often the exact opposite of what you need to succeed in the B and I quadrants. In the E quadrant, you're rewarded for being a specialist, for following directions, for being reliable and predictable. In the B and I quadrants, you need to be a generalist, a leader, someone who can see the big picture and take calculated risks. This is why many highly educated, successful employees and self-employed professionals struggle when they try to move to the right side of the quadrant. They're using the wrong skill set for the game they're trying to play. The transition requires developing what Kiyosaki calls financial intelligence, the ability to read financial statements, understand markets, evaluate investments, build systems, and lead people. It means shifting from working in a business to working on a business, from being the smartest person in the room to surrounding yourself with people smarter than you in their areas of expertise. It means going from seeking security to embracing intelligent risk-taking. But here's where it gets really interesting and a little scary. We're living in an unprecedented time in history. Technology is eliminating jobs at an alarming rate. Artificial intelligence and automation are making entire industries obsolete. The traditional employee path is becoming increasingly unstable. Even self-employed professionals are being replaced by apps and algorithms. If you're not actively moving toward the right side of the quadrant, you're not just missing opportunities, you're setting yourself up for financial catastrophe. The pandemic gave us a preview of this reality. Millions of employees lost their jobs overnight. Many small businesses closed permanently. But those in the B and I quadrants often saw their wealth increase dramatically during the same period. The rich got richer while the poor and middle class got poorer. This wasn't an accident. It was a predictable outcome based on which quadrant people operated in. So what's the solution? How do you escape the left side of the quadrant and build real wealth? First, you need to accept that this journey starts with education. Not the kind of education you got in school, financial education. You need to understand how money works, how businesses operate, how markets function, and how wealthy people think. This education is available, but you have to seek it out because it's not taught in traditional schools. Second, you need to start building assets while you're still in the E or S quadrant. An asset is something that puts money in your pocket each month without you working for it. This could be rental real estate, dividend-paying stocks, a business system, or intellectual property. The key is to start small and reinvest your returns to acquire more assets. The goal is to eventually have your passive income from assets exceed your living expenses. That's true financial freedom. Third, you need to surround yourself with people who are already where you want to be. Your network determines your net worth, and if all your friends are employees complaining about their jobs, guess what kind of mindset you'll develop? Find mentors, join mastermind groups, attend seminars, read books by people who have successfully made this transition, model their strategies and avoid their mistakes. I want to know, what's your biggest fear about leaving your current quadrant? Comment below and let's address these fears head on. Is it the fear of losing security? Fear of failure? Fear of what others might think? Remember, your fears are the prison bars keeping you trapped in financial mediocrity. Let me address the most common fear. I can't afford to take risks with my financial security. But here's the reality check you need. Staying in the E or S quadrant is the biggest risk you can take. You're risking your time, your dreams, your retirement, and your family's future on the hope that someone else will take care of you. You're betting your entire financial future on factors completely outside your control. Your employer's decisions, the economy, government policies, your health, your industry's stability. That's not security. That's the illusion of security, and it's the most dangerous place you can be. Real security comes from controlling your own financial destiny. It comes from having multiple streams of income from assets you own and control. It comes from developing skills and knowledge that make you valuable in any economy. It comes from building wealth that works for you instead of you working for wealth. Here's what I know for certain. 5 years from now, you'll be somewhere. The question is where? Will you still be in the same quadrant, complaining about the same problems, struggling with the same financial limitations? Or will you be on the right side of the quadrant, building wealth, creating freedom, and living life on your own terms? The choice is yours, but you have to choose. Not choosing is still a choice. It's choosing to stay exactly where you are. The people who succeed in making this transition share one common trait. They take action despite their fears. They don't wait until they feel ready because no one ever feels ready for major life changes. They don't wait until they have all the knowledge because you learn by doing. They don't wait for permission because no one will give you permission to become wealthy. They simply decide that their current situation is unacceptable and commit to doing whatever it takes to change it. So here's my challenge to you. Stop being a spectator in your own financial life and become an active participant in your wealth creation. The information you need is available. The opportunities exist. The only question is whether you have the courage to act on what you now know. Your future self is watching this moment. Your children's financial future hangs in the balance. The question isn't whether you can afford to make this change. It's whether you can afford not to. If you're ready to stop dreaming about financial freedom and start building it, if you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck while others live lives of abundance, if you're done making excuses and ready to make changes, then hit that subscribe button right now and join the Lasting Wealth community. Don't just subscribe, ring that notification bell because we're going to take you on a step-by-step journey from where you are now to where you want to be financially. Comment below with your commitment. Which quadrant are you leaving behind and which one are you moving toward? Your public commitment increases your likelihood of follow-through by 300%. Make this the moment your financial life changed forever. Subscribe to Lasting Wealth because your wealthy future starts with the decision you make right now.